My God, it's terrible. Here I am. I didn't put my camera on.
I know. You're
we had a nice
with my music now.
we had a nice chat and everything's fine. But then the issues come bigger, stronger, and then I gotta get my goddamn camera out. Okay, Dennis Oland.
Yeah.
Did you hear the verdict?
Oh yeah.
What'd they say?
They said they're not going to make a decision on it to have the trial. That's all. There's neither guilty or not guilty. His lawyer said that he shouldn't have been. He should be found not guilty on the non-evidence, and the prosecution said he should be found guilty, and the court said no, we're not going to make that judgment. So it's up and down. It's got to be tried in court.
So if a guy is found guilty, a personal social assistant, he would still be in jail.
Maybe, and very likely would be.
It wouldn't go to the Supreme Court to ask.
Well, it might not, but if I were still in practice, if they hired me, he'd probably get off with it. But there's nobody there anymore to waste their time on people that can't pay.
Yeah, so justice, the justice system is screwed.
No, the justice system works just fine.
You always say that. You always say that.
But unfortunately, it's humans that run it. And humans are very, very imperfect beasts. We are probably the most imperfect beast in the world. We're not true to our own species like other animals are. We're not even as good as insects in behaving themselves.
So what's going to happen with Dennis Oland?
Well, he may be found not guilty.
No. Are they going to have a trial?
Well, they have to now. Yeah, that was what was ordered.
I know, but I mean, they have to. I mean, can they say...
But that decision had nothing to do with having a trial or not. They just weren't going to make a decision that they wanted, so have the trial.
So, but can we afford it?
They always say there's no dollar sign on the doors of justice. So what's Ford got to do with it? It's just one of those things that has to be done. Otherwise, we'd all be going around killing our fathers for their fortune.
Are you saying that's what he did?
No, I'm not saying what he did. Nobody knows what he did. There could have
but he was found guilty.
Could have been 5 people. That doesn't matter. That's just 12 humans that found him guilty for no good reason, really. The evidence was not with him.
You weren't there. You weren't there.
No, I know what the evidence was. It wasn't enough to find him guilty, but 12 good, tried people or true people out of St. John said, okay, Oland, guilty. Now, whether he did it or not, I don't care by this point, and it doesn't matter. His old man's still just as dead. So if he did it or not, but he's got to live with that.
Can the Attorney General office says, frig it, we're not gonna retrial him, we're just gonna drop it?
Well, they can do it, but they won't.
He got money.
Well, that doesn't matter. You can't buy that kind of stuff. So they'll have a trial, and the lawyers are good. They've got a good retirement thing going. And the prosecutors, they make, $200,000 a year. They don't give a shit. They'll try it. That's their job. It's just a job.
You think he'll be found guilty again?
I don't know.
Do you think he's going to have 12 peers? Or does it have to go in front of a jury?
Look, unless they find some new evidence, he shouldn't be found guilty. I'll say that. Now, whether he will or not, look, I lost faith in juries a long, long time ago.
Will this be a jury trial or just judge?
Oh, you wouldn't down a judge.
Can they change or can they have to go jury?
I'm not too sure on the procedure.
So will they find 12 people I
wouldn't trust a judge on this one.
Would they find 12 people from Rossi?
I don't know.
And then he'd be found not guilty?
I doubt if they'd do that because they had 12 out of St. John. I thought surely they'd find them not guilty. But hey, our local rich people, some people don't like them. And they'll say, oh, well, we've got to get back on those people for being rich. So we'll
not being rich, being born to the right family. Or the wrong family, whatever you want to call it.
You don't know what goes through people's heads when they're sitting there in that jury box. You'd have no idea. And it's not like TV or anything. They don't need evidence. Right? They can believe in gods without evidence. Why can't they just convict somebody without evidence?
Well, hold it. So close yet so far. How can we save money in the justice system?
Well, actually, don't get caught doing anything.
No. How can the system
works just fine.
No, but bringing everybody a case in front of the courts.
You're not running a car business. You're not running a popsicle stand. This isn't showing a profit. There is no profit in it. We have to make sure that people are running around and not bumping into each other excessively. That's all the justice system is for.
Yeah, but to bring non-issues case to the courts.
It's not a non-issue.
Isn't there more non-issue these days than there used to be?
There's very rarely. There's always an issue. Nobody wastes their time in those courts. Unfortunately, it doesn't get reported right.
Oh,
that's
you,
one
oh,
of the
you,
problems with it.
you don't like Don? You don't think Don's doing a good job?
I don't say about anybody doing a good job, but actually the day after most of my trials, when I'd read what was in there about it, I'd wonder where I was when that trial was happening. You know,
So,
that's all.
so should they be lawyers?
No, it's just fine. The public likes that shit, whether it's true or not. They don't care. You know, they get Trump in office. They don't give a shit about who's telling the truth anymore. We're beyond truth and reality now. People want to live in their own little rooms, have their gods and their politicians tell them what to do, so they're totally free of blame. I don't care. My God told me, my professor told me, my priest told me, my government told me, I'm not to blame. And that's why we're in the position we are today. We're lucky to have Justin in Ottawa, because some thinking people had to vote to get him in there, or we could still have that ignorant asshole Harper ruining this
But
country.
why did they waste their time on me being charged with assault?
Because you're a thorn in their side. You piss them off. That's what happens when you piss off authority, especially people that wear guns.
But what about justice?
There's no justice.
I know.
When you have a bull and a bullfighter, where you got justice? You got a fish and a fisherman. You can't have justice. In an adversarial system, one side is going to lose, and they're going to say, that's not justice. But Dan Hurley in law school, criminal professor, said, justice is what you get. The simplest answer I ever had, and probably the most close to the truth.